Welcome back.
Welcome.
Welcome back to the Love and Legacy podcast.
Yeah.
We are so excited that you all have decided to tune in for another week with us. If you are new here, welcome in.
Welcome.
The Love and Legacy podcast is a place where we are building practical skills for purposeful marriage.
Yes.
And it's a safe space, right, baby?
Safe space. Real safe space.
We digging in. This is a safe space where we learn, relearn, and unlearn everything that we've ever thought we've known about building love and legacy. And one way that we've been doing that is talking to couples. We've been married for a while, but we definitely don't know everything.
We don't.
So we are, finding principles in the Bible. We're finding principles in business, but we're just asking each other. Like, we want to hear from you, our audience. We're asking other couples what they're doing to build love and legacy successfully. And so this week is no different. We're excited about our guests for this week. We are going to introduce them. And when you finish hearing their story, there's a lot of their story that we don't even know. But as you listen to their story, think about where you are on your love and your legacy journey. Take some notes. Put some things in the comments, drop the gems that they're going to drop, put your nuggets that you're getting in the comments. We want to hear from you. We want to engage with you so that we can all build love and legacy together.
Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, share if you're in the podcast.
All the things.
Follow, click the notification, all of that.
All the things.
All of it.
All the things. Yes. And without further ado, we want to welcome the Walkers to the Love and Legacy podcast. Put your ears up. Put your ears up. Put your ears up. Now, when y'all hear the name of one of their businesses, y'all gonna be like, oh, this makes sense. This makes total sense. But we want to officially welcome you all to the podcast. Thank y'all for taking the time out. We are so excited. Well, I introduced you as the Walkers, but y'all have first names. So I want you to introduce yourselves and then let us know how long you've been married and how you first met. And then we're going to dig into your story.
Okay. Want to go first?
Well, I'm Necole Walker.
Yes.
And we've been married 2.5 years?
Yeah, 2.5.
2.5 years.
2.5
Still new and honeymooning and learning and relearning and unlearning. Yeah, and I'm originally from Bradenton.
Okay, Bradenton, Florida. What's up?
Huge, big city.
Yes.
Went to school in Tallahassee, Florida A&M University.
I would do it, but even though my sister went to that school, I'm going to do it in honorary of her. What about you?
I'm Jermaine Walker. I'm from Leesburg. We've been married
Lake
2.5 years. Lake County. So yes, it's hey, it's just been great just knowing this beautiful woman, but we're going to dig into it.
How long y'all been together in total? You've been married for 2.5 years.
2.5.
4.5.
4.5 years. Awesome.
Years,
So how did y'all first meet?
It was crazy how not even crazy in a bad way, but crazy in a good way because it's like it's from the beginning it looked like God knew what he was doing. Because at the end of the day, God knew my heart. I want to be married, and which unfortunately I was in a 19-year relationship that that dissolved, and God knew my heart to say, hey, I want to be married.
Right.
Those streets don't play.
That part.
Like, my cousin, that's one of them cousins that, when they call you, be like, hey, cuz, hold on, come to call you back. But she just kept calling me on one. I'm like, what's up, cuz? I got somebody I want you to meet. And actually, when the last time you did my cousin hair? Like, you only did her hair like 2 times in the last.
No, actually, I have not physically done her hair since the day she introduced us.
Wow.
So, and the back part of that is the cousin that introduced her, I've known since I moved here. Almost 20 years ago.
Wow.
And she was a client of another stylist, and then she kind of became a client of mine, but we always were cool, always close. She always loved on my son.
Wow.
She would come get her hair done. And that particular day, she came to get her hair done, and we was just talking about just random conversation. She was like, the stars have aligned. The stars have aligned. She's like, I need some pictures of you. Da, da, da. I'm like, I ain't giving you
Not
no
the
pictures of me.
portfolio.
So she literally went on my IG. It was like screenshot pictures of me and da da da. She was talking about her cousin, OG, who's a barber type thing. So at the time, I was working in the barber shop, which they all knew him very well. I had heard of his name in the industry, but I couldn't have picked him out of the lineup.
His name preceded
him.
Okay.
I didn't know who he was. I knew he was a barber from Lake County who was killing the male units and, was big in the barber industry, but I didn't know who he was. And then I guess that's during the time that she was texting and calling you.
Yeah, she was texting me at the same time.
Yeah, but so
and she sent the pictures, and like, oh, all right. But then when she threw me off, because just to be honest, when you've been in a 19-year relationship, and you ain't looking to say, I want to be married. You know, you may tell God that, but you don't know. So she's saying, the stars are aligned and blah, blah, blah. This is the piece of puzzle. I'm like, whoa. About this puzzle.
Right. Let's talk about the puzzle.
She's cute.
Yeah.
And we can go on a date and she's cool. But I wasn't thinking on those terms right then. It wasn't like, you know what? Hey, boy, this is going to be my wife right here.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how we, that's kind of, it wasn't like no off the top, like, I know that's for me.
Right.
It wasn't like that.
Very familiar story, but we'll get there later. That was the same with us.
Yeah, so I think we talked later that day. We talked and, just kind of had a little candid conversation. And then we talked that night. And then the next day, we were supposed to meet up that weekend, remember? Yeah. But we ended up meeting
the hurricane was coming. That's
right.
So which hurricane was that?
One of them people.
One of the big hurricanes.
But we ended up meeting at the ale house like the next day. The next evening, and that was our first.
She had the same two braids.
I sure did. I did.
She did.
Wow.
So what was impressive, it wasn't like, oh my gosh, I'm going to show him I look.
Yeah, she's going to be herself.
Work out clothes on.
Yeah.
I'm here.
All of me.
Oh, okay.
That's
cool.
what's up.
Yeah.
He liked what he saw, obviously.
Yes.
Here we are, 4 years later.
No, let me tell y'all what he did.
Tell the truth. This is a safe space. Safe space.
So we talked that night, right? So he was like, I'm 5'6" and all this other kind of stuff. So I'm like, well, that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm like, you still taller than me.
Yeah.
I'm 5'5" on the good day. You know what I mean? 5'4" on some change, 5'5" on the good day. This joker walked in L house. I think the first thing I said, don't you tell nobody else you 5'5".
Oh.
Don't you tell nobody else you 5'5".
In the spirit.
Tell me that's what his driver's license say.
That license.
Them people put on there whatever you tell them.
They do.
Oh, that's so
that's kind of how it all.
That's kind of how it's kicked off and started. It was just kind of like, and it just kind of just built some steam up. But, we'll get into it.
As a friendship. It started off as a friendship.
Just a friendship. It wasn't never like a day one just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I was trying to actually hook him up because I guess it had got out in the streets that he was divorced or, single, whatever. Excuse me. So people were sending him up in his inbox. Like, you don't like her? You don't want to go date with her? And he had moved to an apartment. Like, I'm helping him fix up his bachelor pad. And, you know what I mean? So, I'm like the homegirl.
Yeah. See, that's how it started off.
Wow.
That's how it started off.
That's kind of helped me, if I can be transparent.
Yeah.
Because, people have their types and what they think they want and what they think they should look like type thing. Mm-hmm. But me going in as a friend allowed me to really see his heart. You see what I'm saying? Versus going in like, oh, he's short. Oh, he got gold teeth at the time.
Listen, they telling our story.
And they weren't even good
Gold teeth and dread.
And they weren't even good gold teeth. They weren't like I had the good gold. I had them.
Yeah, and I have a teeth fetish. So it was just weird because none of that stuff really mattered because I was really into like, oh my God, he's such a great guy. You know what I mean? Like, he's so nice. And not just nice, but kind.
Wow.
And there's a difference. You don't meet a lot of kind people. You can find nice people, but his heart was just very pure. So it was just like,
Lesson number 1.
It's similar.
Yes,
Prosperous.
yes. It is not about the package. It's about the purpose. It's about the promise that's on the inside.
Absolutely.
That's exactly our story. He had goals in his mouth, dreads. That I was like, my type was light skin, fade.
Will Smith looking.
That was mine.
You know, sometimes we're totally opposite of what you think, because a lot of times we have this what visual of what he or she should look like. And God, I swear, he just plays jokes. Really know you want watched it. Like I said, my mom, I married my dad for years. My dad is very dark. She loved very dark men. Ended up with a white man from the UK.
Hey.
And loving you to death.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Like
She didn't even like interracial marriage.
Yeah, she didn't even like it.
Yeah.
Take on.
Yeah.
You got a white man and a cat.
Yeah.
We can eat hot.
I'm done.
We can eat hot.
You said white man and a cat. Not a cat. Not a cat. Yeah, our color can't change, but for the most part, our looks on the outside will evolve and change over time. So we get into a relationship or marry, just based off of the outside, you already got to look. Because that's going to look different in the next 10, 15. Life's going to happen. Babies might happen, like whatever. Like, so that's a huge, important first lesson that I'm pulling from there, right?
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
Don't get caught up.
So before we get too far into your love story, tell us about your, I want to say business, but that doesn't even make sense because y'all have like how many businesses?
Multiple.
Give us a quick summary, because we're going to get into your legacy story in a little bit as well. So give us a quick summary of the types of businesses you have and the names of those, and then we'll dig a little bit further into how you're building legacy.
I ain't got number 2.
I ain't got no. Some people ain't even got one. They just got an idea and a dream. I just got 2. I just got 2
It's
businesses.
kind of like 3.
3 is 3. Yeah, 2 to 3. So yeah.
Okay, so my foundation, my bread and butter, how kind of it all started was, of course, the beauty industry. Been a master stylist and educator.
Okay, let's pause. Master stylist.
And
That's not even, what did they say? Cap? What's the word? Cap?
No cap.
That's no cap. That's legit. That's legit.
No cap.
So master stylist educator. I also have a boutique, Nicole's Closet. It's an online store, and I have a fashion truck. So the fashion truck is a 26 feet step van, and it's built out like a boutique on the inside. So you open the doors, you kind of step up, and you shop just like you would shop any other store. It has like the little chandeliers, AC, electric outages, and so it's a story how that came about. But that's that one. And what else? Real estate.
Which I just learned about that one.
Let's find this out.
That's crazy, because I've been doing your hair for a
long time.
Yeah. She's a realtor. Yeah.
So I've been in the real estate industry. This is actually going on year number 9.
Year
number 9. It's something that I love to do. I love homes. I love interior decorating. I love all that. There's certain aspects of real estate that I don't like. The market is crazy right now, but I'm still active. I'm still in it. I still love it. That's that. And then I'm the chemist behind 2 of his products.
Okay, pause again. Okay, chemist.
Yeah.
And that's also no cap. Also no cap. I just want y'all to pay attention. Take notes.
So actually my degree is biology, pre-med, minor in chemistry. So it's always kind of been my thing, the whole chemistry aspect of it. So the chemist behind his product, also the chemist behind the Last Love brand that I co-own with this lovely guy here. Yes. So those are
a couple of hers.
Okay. And I was going to say, Jermaine, tell us about yours, and then we want to elaborate on Last Love. So tell us about yours, and then let's elaborate.
I'm a barber first. I've been barbering for 38 years. And when people look at barbers, they feel like you're just a barber. I'm a barber that charges, if I give you a haircut for $40, that means you're my friend. Because everything is 75, 80, 90, 120 is like that next level of barbering. Yeah. Which then, and also too, is I'm an educator. I educate all over. I was sponsored before by a company, but then I started my own brand, the OG Walker brand. So, and literally, everybody know about Jermaine Walker. That's my name. Mm-hmm. But the younger kids at the show start coming up like, yo, what's up, OG? I'm like, I ain't old. But to them, and I was just learning, that's a sign of respect. That's a sign of, I respect what you're doing.
Right.
So that's when I just say, because I never just want to put my name on anything. I only name my shops after me. It's always, so I'm like, okay, I just go with the OG Walker.
That's dope.
And
That's dope.
now it's pretty much a household name.
Come on.
In the industry. If you go somewhere and say, yo, OG Walker, they're like, oh, you know him? I'm like, I still be humbled by when people are like, oh my God, he's a legend. And I'm like, really?
Yeah, that's so dope.
So, I gotta tell my story about the first time we went to a show together.
Yes. We want to hear it all.
We'll be gawking after another. Okay. Do we know that?
It'd be like, wow. It's like, but.
That's what's up. So OG Walker is a brand.
Yeah, a brand.
So tell us about the brand.
It's a bar. It's products that I use pretty much to execute great haircuts.
Okay.
The OG Walker brand, stands for clean, healthy haircuts.
Okay.
And, so I put together a system that helps barbers get out that $10, $15 haircut range. Let's get you that 20. Let's get you that 50. Let's get you that. Let's get you when you get somebody a haircut and they turn around and give you $150 like it's nothing.
Yeah.
And that's what the brand stands for. So I take the products and I add them and I mix them in with certain techniques, certain way to deliver to make sure. Because there's some. It's just like cars. There's people may go drive a certain type of car with no problem. Some people want expensive cars, like the big Mercedes and this.
Yeah.
So me, luxury.
It's next level.
Me, I'm trying to. I am a luxury brand as a barber. So you come to me, bring your wallet.
That's what you expected.
But you expecting. I need you to bring your game every day.
Yeah.
So that's what So that's what the barber brand stands for.
Okay, and I heard about the unit.
Yeah.
Maybe you can go back to the ways. You can hook a brother.
How you looking 18? Middle school, boy.
Both of y'all go get your hair done.
If you come home one day with the waves,
If I come knocking on your door, like, Jermaine, you better get this off your head.
You know, waves to get both niggas. But they gonna show it out the waves, so yeah.
No, that's how they do. They come in quiet with hats on, all quiet, head down. When they leave, they be talking loud, everything.
Right.
All right, y'all.
I see y'all next time.
Wow.
Girl, they ain't talking to you.
Change your whole demeanor, everything.
Yeah.
What y'all think? He should get a union?
Put
something in the
chat. Put it in the chat.
Put it in the chat.
I want to.
Comment below.
Put it in the chat. And we gonna get
They
one.
say I used to look like 50 Cent now. So let's bring it back.
All right. Well, back to our regularly scheduled. Y'all, don't vote for that. Don't vote for that. That's dope. So we got 50 million businesses, which is amazing. But they're all done with a level of excellence. Like you said, your masters, this luxury. This isn't just like what do they call it, side hustle or a side thing. Like you all are building legacy. And we want to talk about Last Love. We want to elaborate on that.
Yes.
I was so excited. I was in the chair, y'all, getting my hair done. And Necole was telling me about, we're launching Last Love and we're having an event. I was like, what? What's going on? What's happening? Oh my God, this is so excited. And when she told me the name of it, Last Love, I was like, what? Last Love, Love and Legacy. We got to get together. We got to get together. But the way she described it to me is this luxury lifestyle brand, because I thought it was just fragrance. So I would love for you all to just tell us what Last Love really is, what it entails, and especially how people can get their hands on it.
Okay. How we started?
Well, actually, we wanted to start a business together because I just felt like, we had our separates and we all, because I help her with the truck, she helps me with the products, but we never had nothing together. So that's kind of how we was Christmas shopping.
Well, the crazy thing is, it didn't happen overnight. But once we made the decision, we executed and it got done.
Quick.
But we always was like, okay, we want to do a business together. We want to do a business together. And we just kind of waited and it just kind of came naturally. But it got to a point like, okay, what we're gonna name the business. We had the name before we knew what.
What it was going to be.
Wow.
Yeah. We just had the name and the logo.
We had the name.
Wow.
And
We did that logo
dinner.
at dinner. We was in Portland, Miami for a lot of
And the crazy thing is, and since we talk about love and legacy and building, every time we go out of town and we travel, which we do quite a bit, we always say, we're not going to talk about business. We're not going to talk about business. And every time there's a business idea birth, or we end up talking about business.
Yeah.
And this particular time, it was like, okay, we've been talking about we're going to do a brand together. What we going to do? What we going to name it? Remember, we was in the parking lot going into Bahama Breeze.
Yeah, okay, that's what it was going
And we was like, okay, let's at least come up with the name. Because once we get the name, the logo, now we running.
Yeah.
And so it's like, it got to be something with love, because we both truly believe in love, and we feel our foundation is really built on love, right?
Yeah.
So we going back and forth, back and forth. So he was like, some love. I'm like, yeah, some love is like first love. I said, no. I said, because first love, your first love ain't always your last love. I said, last love.
See, I felt that when you said, I was like, ooh.
It came just like that.
Last love.
Wow.
I'm like, your first love ain't always your last love. Like, oh, last love. So we literally at dinner sketching.
We sketched that logo.
Right when you thought about the name?
We just started sketching the
Like,
logo.
what
and
it look like and tweak and
we sent it to this guy that does does logos. I said, so we want this, and we kind of gave it to him.
he kind of gave us a little something. Then my
Nah.
content person came over like that Tuesday, right after that weekend. So I was kind of sharing it with her. She does a lot of my content stuff, and she does logos and stuff too. So it's like, wait, we got a name. We trying to tweak a logo. So we kind of had given her the kind of what we drew out, what he came up with. So a couple days later, she shot us a couple, and we both picked the exact logo.
Exactly.
So
Let's go with that one.
On one accord.
Yeah, we went with that, and that was it.
So that's how Last Love was birthed.
Wow.
Yeah.
So on top of that, I kind of got him into fragrances and cologne.
Yeah,
Because I've always, he had two bottles.
I swear, 2 bottles. Brute and brutal.
I'm dead.
Brute and brutal.
I'm dead. I'm dead, John.
And little cool water like the old million. That little cool water. That was it. That's why I said I can really have my own podcast. I'm just telling how she advanced me.
Elevated.
In so many areas, because I wasn't no cologne, man. Man.
But I love fragrances, and I love men cologne, so I would always just buy him.
Yeah.
Always buy him fragrances, buy me fragrances, always. So it got to the point where he got into it. So every time we would go places, or we just had a minute, we would go to different counters and smell and, buy notes. And
because we had bought a lot of bottles that weekend. Remember, we bought about 10,
Yeah,
15?
the same weekend we came up with that name.
We bought a
had
bunch
went
of
Christmas shopping for everybody. And because we love fragrances, we was literally picking out fragrances for everybody. Family, friends. Yeah, like it had
not
been
knowing we
about
were
30
going to make
bottles.
up a fragrance.
Wow.
That same weekend, but that was before we even knew that fragrance would be Last Love.
Yeah.
So when we decided, okay, let's do a fragrance, so I said, you know what? Okay, that'll be the first thing, the face. We always knew a lifestyle brand. Well, we wanted apparel, we wanted accessories, stuff coming, candles. Like we wanted to be literally a household brand.
Yeah.
So when he said fragrance, I'm like, oh yeah, because I love fragrance. I said, I'm gonna reach out to a couple chemists, have them send me some samples so we can kind of. So here he goes. Well, why don't you make it?
Yeah.
Like,
That's a good idea.
Like, no, I don't want to make it, only because with his color that I make, how I formulated it, right, is about 90% formula, and the other 10% is just kind of science. Meaning, I can't really teach anybody. So now I'm stuck in the lab, always making the color, right? So I'm like, I don't want to be stuck in the lab making the fragrance. So I said, you know what? I said, if I decide to do it, I got to make sure I have the formula down to the T.
Right.
So that way, as we grow, I can hire people
Come on.
They know the formula and they can make it. I don't want to be, because when you're in business and you start business, you start to learn that you have to have somebody working in the business and on the business. It takes up so much time. You know what I mean? If you're working in and on the business, which we make it work right now, but we're at a point like, okay, we got to start delegating. We got to delegate. We got to bring a team in. We need help in order to make it to the next level. So
there's a difference between building and scaling. If you ready to scale, you going. But while you're building, you need to think about, okay, how am I going to scale?
Yeah, exactly.
The time is more important.
Absolutely. Because I want to be free to continue to bring in different ideas and products and you know to the brand while somebody can be scaling the business, while somebody doing the fragrance, you know, so it's important. So that's kind of how life
like time well spent would be like if we do more things like this instead of us, instead of her locked in the garage doing product and doing fragrance, we in front of a camera talking to people, kind of going, you know, so that's kind of.
Now y'all said y'all was educators. I can see y'all teaching other couples like how to build
and
whatever.
And it's authentic because of, I mean, the thing about it, I think one of our things that make us that you know that made us fall in love is looking at each other and we could see, I could see me in her, and she could see the same. So it was kind of like she act like me.
No.
And we'll try something. What?
Yeah.
We can go to Mount Everest and do what?
Yeah.
She'll come with the whole, this is what we need, baby. We need these hiking boots. We need this, and we can do that. I mean, so literally.
And he be ready to jump before the hiking boots. I'm like, no, we got to get that.
I'm ready to go.
So we kind of balance each other out.
Yes.
I've always been a risk taker, right? So as you get older and kids, I'm more calculated as a risk taker. He's a risk taker if it's something that he know. If it's something he's not knowledgeable on, he's kind of like, well, I'm gonna let you, you know,
I'm gonna back you up. I'm gonna back you up.
You know, and it works because when it comes to, and I love his analogy because all his analogies is always football.
Okay.
He's a football
Listen up,
fan.
fellas. Listen up.
Right? So for him, like he the quarterback, if he see it, he gonna throw it. I'm the quarterback. We're gonna go to the huddle first.
Okay.
You understand? We're gonna create this plan, and then we gonna throw. So sometimes I have to reel him back. And be like, let's.
It's a balance.
You know what I mean? So it kind of works.
I'm like, throw it, hey man, I know it's an interception. Throw it again. She's more of a make sure it's calculated.
Like we gotta do it again, I'll do it again. But if we can prevent from doing it again, like let's
it's calculated. It's not like just throw it up there. It's more of a this play work. We done worked on it, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna hit. Me, look, get him, toss it.
That's right.
And as the husband, how did she enhance? Because we talked about that off camera. How did she enhance you to think broader? Because every helpmate,
bro, that's like. I mean, because coming from where I'm coming from, my thinking was small. My dress, the way I dressed was small. She, you know what? One thing, like I said, I mean, you know, and I never talk about ending or bad, but one thing I have to tell her right now, you made me a better person. It's like you evolved me. When I met her, $1,000 a month for rent was crazy. Like, are you serious? And now it's like, well, we had now like, so it's not like that. You know, that because you know some people think I changed, but she changed my way of thinking. Even with cologne, even with shoes, even with because I wanted to get my teeth done anyway. But even with that, she assisted that. She never said you need to get your, because like some people, she made you get your teeth done. I said no, she never said you get your teeth done or it's over. No, she put me in position and said she went to doing the research. I got your appointment. I'm gonna take you over here and based on what they say. Well, they say they can do it for this price. All right, well, I call him. Why you won't call him now? So like, kind of like, so she helped me. Like, I would not be the man that I am to this day. It's like I'm not the same man that she found. That the man that she met in Claremont, I had a little apartment in Claremont. You know, because I'm always handling my own. But she just made me better. I'm not the same man that she met. The man I am now. I'm totally, even financially. I mean, if I can be transparent, she put another 6 figures.
Come on.
Like, you know, I had one haircut because I always did good. But with her and her, you know what I'm saying, just advice. Yeah. She helped me build a whole nother 6-figure, you know what I'm saying, project. Yeah. With her just assisting and not saying like, well, you know, I need it. No. Yeah. Just do your thing, but I want to see you do good. Yeah. But in turn, I'm going to make sure she good.
Right. Yeah. Right.
So definitely, she made me better. I can honestly say that to camera. She made me a better person, made me dream. Yeah, because I didn't even really care about dressing. Yeah. I mean, who?
Listen,
I'm going to stay fly.
Yeah. I'm stay fly every time.
If y'all follow him, y'all going to know what he eat. What
he Even with the eating, I always, because when I first, well, I had lost weight when I met her, but I was like 245, 250. You know, just living the life, not worrying about it then. I know, like, you know, I lost weight, but sometimes when you lose weight, it's a stress weight. But you never learn how to eat. She actually set me up with a program. That's when her, she done taught me now how to meal prep. And so now I meal prep because of her. I didn't know about no meal prep. Now I go meal prep. I do it better than everybody now with my son. He meal prep. I'm one of the ones I get up on Monday, I meal prep, have my little stuff ready to go. So it's like when you say somebody has made you better and you feel that, you know, is you honor that and you make sure they good because they made you better. Yeah. Because I would not be the man I am now without her.
There you go. And I want our audience to hear some of the language that he's saying. Like, and correct me if I'm wrong, Jermaine, but you didn't say she changed me. She didn't come in and try to change who he was, right? Like, she fell in love with who he was, and he fell in love with who she was. So it's not about changing each other, but when you come together and there's purpose involved, it doesn't matter if it's the woman or the male. Like, it could be either person. There's potential on the inside of us that's unlocked, or that might be locked up. That when he said it, mirror. You're a mirror. You see yourself in the other person, and you also see what's not there. And so if you avail yourself, and a lot of people don't like the word submission, but really what submit means is to come under the mission. If you can see the mission and come under that and avail yourself to that and start to see the potential in each other, and you're not like, well, this is the way I am, this way I'm gonna be, this way you met me. That like when you start to just kind of like let all of that go, that pride, that like you can't change me. I'm not trying to change you, but you also said, let's dream. And we had another couple that we interviewed, and they said, let's just dream for a moment. And that's what y'all have like allowed each other to do, just dream for a moment.
We tried. We be like,
but the support is the support is vital. And then understanding too, his vision is for him to see. I may not always see it, but I love and believe in him enough to support it.
That part.
And that's what people got to understand. Well, I don't see what you see. You may not see what I see. That's not for you to see. It's for you to believe. You know what I mean? And support. So
there you go.
That's one of the things that you have to do as a, especially if you already know the foundation is there, you know, the heart is there. You know, it's different if certain things not in place, not lined up, and now you just want to, I'm going to clear the bank. Make a business decision, but you don't have nothing to stand on. You have nothing, you know, your accolades don't line up, your past don't, you know what I mean? And that's different. So that's where you have to really be open and transparent and be real, because when you're together, whatever affects him is going to affect me. It's going to affect the household. So you got to be careful when you're making certain decisions. And some people look at us and, y'all make it look easy. You know,
it's
make it look easy.
But it was harder to. But I mean, because even day one, I always told, like, you know, let me quarterback this thing. And that was I said, let me quarterback this thing. And the thing about it, people who don't realize, you know, like may realize, you know, I'm doing good now financially. But she wasn't in it for the finances, because she's been in relationship with people with major finances. So it wasn't. So that was the weird part. It wasn't that the financial. It wasn't like, hey, give me this, give me that. She wouldn't ask. I had to literally, it took her 2 years to really openly accept like
receive.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like even with a bill or anything. It took 2 to 3 years before she got come with, hey, I got this. I'm gonna take care of this. She wouldn't. She'd be like, She never asked for anything.
Wow.
So it's kind of like when I saw her let me quarterback this thing.
Come on.
And she allowed me to lead, and I value that because it's like she didn't jump in like I ain't gonna say, but by 90% they would let me say what I want to say day one.
Yeah.
She wasn't in it for that. It wasn't like, I know you got a little change, I know you cut me out. She was like, no, I don't need the money. I don't want that from you. You know, we just chilling. So that's why I value that. And even to this day, she lets me know if I need to, quarterback this thing. Yeah. She won't be like, well, you don't know what you're doing. She already trusts. If he making a decision, he already got it planned out that it's gonna work.
Trust.
And and that's one of the things that really amazed me about her. And she just let me run, even trusting with her son. Yeah. Because when you got a kid, it's more important about him than it is about me at the time. Yeah. She let me basically, okay, let me see how you move. Now me and her son, me, her son, daddy, we all.
That's beautiful.
They was over there yesterday. They come hang out. We eat together. We be, you know what I'm saying? But it's just the trust that she allowed me to show him and be with him, and that's your prized possession is your kid.
Yeah.
So even with her, it wasn't like, no, everybody she meets, the kid knows everybody. Yeah. Nah, this kid was kind of real, just kind of reserved. If you meet him, boy, he reserved.
Yes. And how old is he?
13.
13. And that's an age right there.
How many kids you have, Necole and Jermaine? How many kids? How that blend came in together?
Oh, we got one.
It's funny.
Go ahead.
I have one.
That's part of the legacy part, too.
I have one son, and he actually has 2 sons. And his sons are older, 21 and 24? No, 22 and 25.
22 and 25.
Okay. I probably know better than he knows.
I only know that.
But the crazy thing, if I can back up and expound on the financial aspect and not asking. So in the past, you meet guys and they have malicious intent, or they try to buy you, right? Yeah. Or, well, let me do this and let me take care of you, let me pay for this. So I've always been that person like, nah. Yeah. Because typically when you have men who have money, power, or whatever, they want you to march to the beat of their own drum. I wasn't willing to do that. I was my own person. I was making my own. I didn't need you for that. In hopes of me just doing what you want me to do. So when Jermaine came along and he would, well, let me help you do this. I was the same way. Like, no, I don't want you. I got it. I'm good. Because I had to make sure his heart was in the right place and you weren't trying to reel me in financially because I don't need you for that. Right. You know what I mean? Like, I work hard. I did this for a long time by myself. And but I would tell him, I said, just hold on. Just hold on. Because when I start asking.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Get ready to quarterback this.
I want you to remember all the times that you wanted that I said, don't worry about it. I got it. I said, don't worry. Don't worry. I'm waiting. Yeah. So now I'll be like, babe, can I send you this? I found this. Yeah. Can I get such and such?
On credit. No, we putting that on credit.
I got you, man. I remember that. You told me, you say, hold on, I got you. When I start asking,
okay.
I want you to look crazy.
You gonna get your chance.
You gonna get your chance.
So I'm hearing one of the questions that we want to ask you all is maybe 2 or 3 strengths that you think are 2 or 3 keys that you think make your marriage work as you're building legacy together. And I'm hearing trust. I'm hearing you both are risk takers. Any 2 or 3 things that you would like pull out and say really make your marriage work successfully?
God is definitely the center of it all.
Exactly.
We're both very spiritual. Our pastors are really a part of our inner circle, not just our pastors, they're also our friends.
That's amazing.
One thing I will say about Jermaine, because of course I was into the church, I was already close with my pastors, and he was ready to go to church with me. Like, he was like, I want to meet your people, whoever you're a part of, because he know I didn't have fake people. Like they'll point it out. If it ain't right, they be like, Necole.
Yeah.
You know, and I have my own discernment, but you know, sometimes when you meet somebody else, you see everything but what you need to see. You understand?
Yeah.
It be flags there, and you be like, oh, well, we'll get to it when we get to it, or oh, it ain't really red. You know, you try to, you know. So with him, like he was wanting to meet people in my circle because I know your people see.
Yeah,
if there's anything in me that ain't right, your people gonna point it out, put me around them.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So that was always cool. But we both are believers. We both have, you know, spiritual insight. We both, you know, that's our walk.
Yeah.
So when it comes to certain business and legacy and all of that stuff, we understand that has to be the foundation. Like,
it has to be.
There's no other way, you know. So that's
Exactly.
definitely one of the things for me. And effective communication. Effective communication, because people talk about communicating.
No, effective.
If I'm talking to you and you're not listening, the communication is there, but it's not effective.
Or you can't talk
know
to certain people. Certain people don't know how to have a
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah.
It's like
The hard conversation is what people run from.
Ones, They don't want to talk about that.
So that's definitely.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I can just say again, the communication, and I will say that the way our kids and how our kids kind of locked in. Actually, both of mine, because I have a daughter that I raised. She's like 30. Her son which is my grandson, has been with us for a while, back and forth. And both of my sons have lived with us. We got one that ain't going nowhere. Like, one moved out, and then I seen came another kid with boxes.
Where you go?
I was talking to Miss Necole, and the thing about it is my kids, they were, you know, because I raised them from birth in the house, raised them all the way to adults. So for them to be really as cool with my wife, knowing the situation, knowing where we came from, but to not be like, I don't fool her like that. And then, you know, so it, to me, and I never, you know, voice it, but it just be transparent. It shows what they think about me.
Come on.
And what they know about dad. Because think about it, if dad does mom wrong, them children ain't messing with you.
Right.
They may be cool pops and hey, Miss so-and-so, but you still over there. I know what you and my dad had going. But it really speaks volumes that my kids understand who their dad is.
Wow.
And they are cool. Her and my young son, they always conjuring up, ordering stuff, decorating. I be like, where y'all get this? He be part of the foolishness. I'm like, so really the way our kids and me and her son are really like, that's, she think I'm easy on him, but that's my little buddy. She like always be like, you give me anything, but he's a great kid. So it's like, he'll ask me certain stuff.
No, because he be like, well, you the only kid in the house. I'm like, he always been the only kid in the house. Like, that ain't no rhyme or reason. You know, but the crazy thing is when it came down to the kids, when we first met, you know, Noble was what, 9?
Nah, it was 9.
Noble was 9, which is a pivotal age. It's not quite teenager, but they're not babies, you know. And I would say it wasn't fair initially because I'm like, you know, you'll have a relationship with my son, but because his kids were, you know, 17, 18, older, I'm like, I wouldn't get that relationship with his son. And just happened so when we moved together in the first place, the oldest son moved in. So me and him actually got a relationship.
Yeah, that's
and
what's
it
up.
was so cool.
Wow.
And then he moved out and the other one moved in.
See, you got exactly what you
Me and him has a relationship. So the very thing that I was concerned about.
Yeah, because she had spoken about it one time. You said,
Yeah.
you said I would like to have a relationship. Because at first my kids was just, they were in Georgia and one was in Tallahassee. So it was,
they
so
was
it was away.
distant. Okay.
Because after everything, everybody just went their own separate ways. So, you know, but once, because she was like, I would like to have a relationship. I mean, especially once it got to the point where we realized we were going to make this as a couple. She said, you know, I would like to have, like you got with my son, I would like to have a relationship with your kids.
Wow.
Oh, boy.
You got what you wanted.
He got the house now. So
That's what's up. That's beautiful.
Wow.
Okay. So God, communication, and the ability for your family, your blended family to come together in like a seamless, loving way.
It's super blended.
That's awesome.
Trust me.
Super crazy. People think it's crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you know, when it comes to that, it takes maturity. Mature adults. We understand, you know, me and Noble's dad understand we have a child together. You know what I mean? Like, we co-parent. He's moved on. I'm cool with his fiance.
Yeah.
They have a child together that come over and run around the house. You know what I mean? At one point, I think he talked more to Noble's dad than I did. Like, I come home, they already there hanging out.
That's
he couldn't
dope.
decide in the bed up. I'm like,
So then that made everybody's relationship get even better because it's like it's real deal. Like, that's my dog. Like, it ain't no
they really
especially when the men like the lead.
Because most men have like this. I don't know if it's this ego, this pride thing,
Call it
whatever.
what it is.
territorial. Like,
it's territorial.
It's mine.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that was way for your time. But it just, but honestly, I could just say, it just take them. You have to trust what you have. It's the woman. It's all about the woman. The woman could make it or break it. The woman can be playing around with certain little texts and phone calls. Okay, why he can't call during the day if it's really about the kid? You know what I'm saying? The woman, the one that's could make it work, and also too just the maturity of the men, just to realize that, because at the end of the day we got to make sure Noble good. And for him to see his dad and his stepdad like really cool.
Right.
And he
That's
hated
good and not good, because you know he can't get away with that. He can't get away with that. You know his stepdad and daddy talk all the time.
Sometimes you talk when they got on together. Oh, he be hot. Who you gonna whoop in this kitchen? Who you gonna jump on first?
Now Martin and Will Smith, bad boys, but they both double team.
You know what I'm saying? But that's just one of the aspects of just like make our relationship so different. People be like, because Noble look just like his daddy. So people see pictures. Is that his daddy? Yeah, that's his daddy. And y'all cool.
Yep.
And
that's our
Beyonce cool with Davey and that.
And
they look like, what y'all got going on? It just,
but I love what you said. Trust what you have. Trust what you have.
Trust
right?
the woman.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So we talked about what works well, and given all that you all have been through, what you're building, whether it's in your love or your legacy, can you share? In our first episode, we talked about our peaks and our valleys. That's how we explained our love journey to our audience. So we talked about some high heights and some low valleys. Would you all mind sharing maybe a valley that you all had either in your love story or your legacy story and how you overcame that?
Well, I could say as a valley, or maybe like a part that you'll have to deal with, is when you married to a woman that's a go-getter. She's a hustler. You understand what you're signing up for. You understand you're not going to get home at 6 o'clock and there's meal, there's a dinner cooked. You understand that sometimes she's working and it's 10, 11 o'clock. I had to learn to understand when she comes home frustrated. It's not about me. It's not that I did something, and that's just something we ongoing, we work with ongoing. Like, hey, baby, you cool? It ain't about you. You know what I'm saying? And that I'm learning, that's why I say too, we've only been together a short amount of time, but we've experienced so much. So it's kind of like I'm still learning that, you know, so when you're married to a woman that can help you be better, there are certain parts that's not gonna come with that. She's not cooking biscuits and fried chicken, you know, it's not gonna happen.
Not chicken.
I get home, I get home before her. And then she'll get home at 9 o'clock, then she still has to, you know, because I had to learn about that you know, how she comes down. And you know, me, I get home and I'm automatically down. But her, I had to learn that, leave her alone. She likes to she'll sit in the car sometimes like 15 minutes.
You gotta decompress.
That's minimal.
That's minimal. It used to be like 30, 45 minutes. And when I first met her, I'd come to her house and I may just be there hanging out till she gets there. She'll pull up and she'll sit in the car like 30 minutes. I'm like, now look out the window. But I had to learn that. So that's one of the, I won't say negative, that's one of the adjustments.
That's
and I learned, because if I wanted a Miss Annie at home cooking dinner, I would have found me a Miss Annie, which there's nothing wrong with Miss Annie. There's Miss Annie's everywhere. But when I married a go-getter, I married somebody that I know she's gonna get off work, And then sometimes she'll go right into another job. I gotta do this. I gotta order this. I gotta, do this online. I gotta go make a few colors. I gotta go do this.
Wow.
And so there's certain nights that I have to just be like, I'll be asleep. I understand she up, but too, that's why we started doing our little date nights and stuff. We got to make.
Talk about it.
We have to cut time out our schedule. That's one of the things that we're learning now. Look, we're going to cut off 24 hours or 12 hours.
That's good.
And we just going to hang out.
Pause night.
Pause night.
Well, we put everything on pause.
Pause
Kids
night.
on pause. Put business on pause.
Pause night.
Family on pause.
Pause.
And we just
Wait,
focus
she
on
said,
each other.
and family on pause.
Families, kids, business, everything, and we focused on each other. Even if it's just 24 hours. And it was so funny because the last time we did it, we literally just went to iDrive.
Come on.
We went to iDrive, we acting like tourists, just walk around, got something to eat, whatever, got a room, and then check out.
Back to
Hit
business.
play.
Back to business. Like literally.
Hit play.
And we even drove separate cars. We didn't ride together. I gave her the address.
Ooh, that's kind of spicy. That's kind of spicy.
I got meet me here. And I just, and we had a great time. Meet me here. And she pulled up, and we pulled out like we were dating. Her car pulled out, my car pulled out. We live at the same house.
It's like very spontaneous.
It was really nice and stuff, I'm like, because I was going to even send for an Uber. I was going to send on Uber.
Ooh. Uber I really like that. That way I ain't got to drive back.
But she was already kind of out.
Coming from somewhere else.
Yeah. And so she just kind of like jumped in. So
That's what's up. Yeah. So you learned and are learning over time that you have all these things, but what I heard you saying was you had to prioritize. Prioritize your marriage.
And then it's still a learning curve for me too, because I understand who he is. So people talk about love languages, but they're really, really vital if you dig into it. And when you understand your love language, yes, it's for you to understand who you are and how you operate, but it's more for your partner. So it might be gifts and acts for me, but if I know he loves physical touch and I know he loves words of affirmation, then those are things, if it's not in me, I got to step outside of myself because that's his love language. So even in the very beginning, I dealt with in my mind, I'm this domestic woman, right? In my mind, I wanted to be like where I clean up everything and I cook and, that's not how I'm set up when it comes to the industry that I'm in. Business. It's not an 8 to 5, pick kids up, soccer mom. Like, that's not who I am, but I dealt with it so bad because that's what in my mind, that's what I wanted to do. And he would tell me, I know who I'm married. I know what I got into. And it wasn't until my pastor actually called it out. When me and her had our one-on-one, and she said, Necole, I know you have the desire to, to cook and clean and to do all this, but Jermaine knew that's not who you was. And I hadn't really talked to anybody about it, but she was able to pull that out. And that's just kind of how I became just kind of okay with it. Like, okay, do you want these 6 figures or you want me to cook? You know what I'm saying? You want me to build these businesses or you want me to, like what you want?
You want to build or you want bacon? Okay.
Don't worry about I cooking. Don't worry about
But it puts us in position, boom, where we maintain, but we got a cleanup lady who come in. You know what I mean? I'm going to pay for that. Okay, boom, don't worry. I got somebody who's cooking food for us.
I was just going to say that.
So it gives room where, you can make more, but then you delegate, you hire. You know what I mean? And also you building and helping other small businesses, black owned. So I had to really be okay with that and get to the point. And I still try to do a little something.
Oh, she do. But there's never a complaint out of me because she's not lazy. That's one thing about her. She's not lazy. It's not like she's been in the house for 6 hours, ain't moved. No, she's not lazy. So I would deal with that all day when you're not lazy. I understand. I think that's why God really placed us together, because some of the things I'm so patient about that she's like, like me, I go wash clothes, I wash at the dishes a little bit. And,
Y'all heard what he said.
He said wash at. How that work?
wash animals.
How you do that?
No.
I need a class or a course on that. How you wash that?
You don't want the court. You don't want the court. Because that's always going to be, counters being wiped down. They're going to wash at the dishes. And that's where it is.
But I do understand that. I did understand what I was getting into. I understood even just transparently being a man, I understand that the woman I married is an outgoing person. And for me coming from my previous situation, it's a lot different. She has a lot of people that's guys that are friends. Nah, they my friends. Call them like, what's up, bro? They were going on. They call me, so it's like learning to know you got an outgoing woman and having to say, okay, this is what I got, this is what I signed up for. So you have to learn how to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? Because some men can't deal with it. It was different for me. You know what I mean? So I'm not like, oh yeah, sure.
But how did you get over that? Because I think that will help some men that are watching. Okay, this is what I signed up for. It's different. How did you press past that and adjust?
Observing and just kind of realize this is what she really says this is. Even when it came to baby daddy. After me and my baby daddy, we had a kid, we still cool, we friends. Okay. All right. And then basically, when you're not hiding nothing from a person, and when you're open, hey, this is so-and-so, this is one of our friends, Thomas, this is Thomas. You know what I'm saying? I've been knowing Thomas 30 years, blah, blah, blah. Hey, Thomas cool with me now. Guys.
Everybody,
and really, everybody she's cool with, we got our own personal relationship. We got this one guy, Mr. Moore, he's an older guy. So, that's like her dad in Orlando. So he'll call me.
Uncle, everybody.
So he'll call sometimes, call me, because we can talk about certain things. She ain't got to know everything we talk about.
That's sweet. That's sweet.
I feel that the people the circles that she's put me in, that's like, people that are really have a concern for me as well. So that's when you realize that, hey man, I mean, because you only can believe and trust what they tell you. And when they show it, and you have to just continue as a man, because that's a real man type of conversation. As a man, you have to still kind of really, especially when you've been hurt before, you've been in a previous son has been hurting, and you have to kind of learn to pray and trust that this is what it is. And don't miss out on a good situation, or meeting some good people. Man, this dude really some good people. So that's kind of how you have to deal with that.
That's what's up.
That's good.
That's what's up. There's so many gems.
There's so many nuggets.
That's why I just keep going like this. Gems.
We didn't have too much questions.
I know, but I do want to just pull this out as you all are continuing to build legacy, businesses upon businesses upon businesses. What would you say is in roles can flex, right? But what's your strengths and your strengths, Jermaine? What roles do you play in building a legacy, and how did you figure out, okay, this is what's going to have to be my role and this is what's going to have to be your role?
Oh, I can expound on that.
Go ahead.
Especially when it comes to last love. Right. So Jermaine is very good with finances.
Okay.
I didn't always think that because of how he does things.
Okay.
Wait, I'm going to tell y'all this.
Please, let us hear it.
When I first met Jermaine, this had to be within the first couple weeks. When I first met Jermaine, I remember I went to his job. I went to the other shop. So we have two shops. We have one in Orlando and we have one in Leesburg. So I went to his shop in Leesburg, surprised him. So it was towards the end of his day. So, I'm just kind of hanging around, meeting the barbers and everybody. So I'm sitting in my car, whatever. Jermaine walks out of the barbershop, his shirt full of money. Right? And he comes up to my window. It was
oh,
count here. And I'm sitting there
not count that.
What? This how you walk around with money? And then when I would be at his house, and the thing is, I will say, whether he dealt with it internally, he came out trusting me. He came out you know what?
Wow.
I'm just all in.
Wow.
Even before it was an end, he was just it's just something about her, I trust her. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Which was cool because I'm a trustworthy person, you know. And then I would be cleaning up, and in his drawers, it would just be just money,
just throw it everywhere.
And then it'd be a bag over here with money. And I just I don't know if this gonna
That's a great system.
I'm already not really organized, right? So I'm like, okay, this is the blind leading the blind. So somebody got to do better in order.
Did you look under the mattress?
Yeah.
Probably.
It would be always just
Safe.
stuff, and I just didn't understand it. And then there was this part of me that's like, okay, so he was married for 19 years. He had a family. They built stuff. So obviously something got to be somewhat organized or in place. And as time went on, he kind of would explain. If you see it out, it's good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you don't see it, it's already accounted for. It's taking place. So that's just, you know, you need some product, you need some gas, you need some whatever. That's what all that. I'm like, you can't like unfold it and just put it in. Like, even still to this day, I just like
all done.
If you see it,
it's free game.
Yeah.
You know, if you see it, it's free game.
Yeah.
But anyway, so long story short, as time went on, I kind of noticed just how he does things. Like very organized, very structured, very this is for this. If it's Saturday evening, he gonna put all the finances in order. He gonna put everything before we go anywhere, before we go to dinner, before we do playing trips. Like he's very calculated when it comes to finances. I'm a little all over the place. Like I know, but I don't know. But you know, he's more organized when it comes. So he's like the CFO.
Come on.
Yeah.
Like he'll budget. Okay, well we got this for this, and, you know, make it work. I'm the one up all night with people overseas and the product and the image.
Exactly.
You know, the
creative
outer appearance, the branding part of it, while he's behind the scenes, like
the business part.
right.
Yeah.
So it's more like he works
the
in the
operation.
business, in the operations, while I work on the business. So it works.
Okay.
And then I try to ask him, well, what you think about it? I said, I don't know, whatever you think. I'm like, I want you to make a decision together. Oh, yeah, that's good. You know, so.
Like with them shirt, that'll work. That look good. That's
Yeah.
That's it.
If you think it's good, it's good.
You know, because I know too, she's not gonna just do anything.
Right. Right.
Everything's gonna be with excellence. When
Right.
she does it now, I would have had my t-shirts. It'd have been stickers.
Yeah.
You'd have had a last little sticker shirt on.
Yeah, I done died like 3 times on this podcast.
Like, you had a last little print. And that's it. She took time to say, no, let's do this. Let's be different. Let's be excellent.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, whatever, let's run it.
Yes, and when I say embossed and beautiful,
This thing is
like
it's
even the
never
material.
seen a t-shirt like this ever.
Yeah, with the embossed.
It's so nice.
I didn't know what that word even meant. She said it's embossed. Who the boss? What boss?
I get it. Oh, embossed.
I didn't know what that was.
I like him. I like embossed. No, but it is so nice, the material. Like I don't want to give away no proprietary information like what it's made out of, but it's real nice.
Yeah, real nice.
It's not your average t-shirt.
It's not.
It don't feel, it don't look.
This ain't no, well, I don't want to say the brand. I'm going to say this ain't Hanes. This not Hanes.
It's a good brand.
This is Hanes.
It's a regular t-shirt.
Stretch and all.
Yeah.
So, and I know we could go on and on.
We're going to have to bring him back.
I know, we got to bring y'all back. We're going to bring y'all back. But what would you say has been the most challenging part of building any of the businesses? And specifically, how did you overcome that? So we talked about how you overcame in marriage. And kind of learning each other's personalities and adjusting to that. But in business, has there been any, I like to call them fail forwards, how do we like fail forward, but has there been any challenges or any roadblocks that y'all were able to overcome together?
With business, basically.
Honestly,
It
I
says
think
been smooth
because
sailing.
I've been in business for so long for myself, I think entrepreneurship started at 22 for me. You know, and you understand there'll be roadblocks. You understand there'll be failures. You understand, like, you just understand that comes with the territory.
Yeah.
So I don't ever look at it like a failure. Like I tell people, failure way to success.
Yes, I love
There's
that.
only 2 things that can work. Either you fail, okay, now you know you got to redo it and try it again, you know what I mean? Or it worked and you keep it moving. One or two things. So I don't look at failure as failure or even a roadblock. That's just another opportunity to try it a different way.
That's right.
So when you say fail at it, for me, it's really not a fail.
Yeah.
Like, you just know it comes with building a business. It comes with the territory. Everything's not going to work like you think it's going to work or how you envision. Like, so that's what I try to tell people, you know, they're scared. If you're scared, do it scared.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Scared. I mean, what? I mean, if it ain't going to kill you,
right. Go and do it. Go and try it.
The only thing I probably ain't going to try is crack because they said kill you. You know what I mean? So I ain't going to try that. But anything else, let's try. You know, for me, I think the biggest thing getting older, and I had to learn too, is because people will try to pull you in so many different areas in business and want you to try this and want you to try that. So it got to the point where I'm like, if it doesn't line up with what I'm doing and my purpose, I can't do it because it'll start to distract you from what you really supposed to do. You know, so that's the hardest thing is having to tell people no. You know what I mean? Or not now. Or that's not in my lane.
Not in my lane or my time frame. Or,
so that's probably the most challenging part is you just can't do everything with everybody.
There you go.
I don't mind people calling and asking questions and Necole, what you think about this? I'm all for that. But when it comes, I want you to do this with me, and this is new, and come try this. I'm
That's
like,
big.
I
you
just
spread yourself
can't
too
now.
thin. And then you never finish because it's like a lot of
unfinished.
I feel like this. Remember back in the day, we had a bunch of unopened cereals.
Yeah.
We had 10 boxes of
Right.
You never finish them.
Right.
Stale before you even finish.
So like when it comes to businesses, you got a lot of open businesses, but nothing has been successful yet. That really went to the next level. So I'd rather have less and be successful at it, and at least have some type of money coming out of it, and it just be all over the place. Something just be all over the place.
And then you allow one business to support and build the next business.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So that way you're not pulling financially, you know, from personal money. Like, okay, boom.
Exactly.
Okay. OG Walker did this. OG sponsored Necole.
Come on.
All right, Nicole's Closet might sponsor Last Love. Last Love is able to pay for this. You know, so you allow one business to support the other business and support the growth as it's growing. So and that's still something that we learned too. Just like even when it came to Last Love, we was very adamant about funneling the funds properly. You know what I mean? Like, okay, Last Love got this account, and this account. We need the money to go here. We need the money to go here. You know, instead of all over.
You'll never see it. You'll never see it.
You'll never see it. So although we're doing it, but it's a learning process. You just keep going. Just keep going, keep pushing. It's one day at a time. One day at a time. I think you get caught up in the destination instead of really enjoying the journey, because the journey is where you learn.
Come on.
That's where you fall, you get back up, you learn. You know, once you get to the destination, now what?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm here, so now what?
So
I
love
really
that.
see it as you never really arrive.
Yeah.
As long as you're still living and breathing, you still got work to do.
I love that.
Exactly.
There's so many gems. The one that I wanted to call out is, now when they first introduced themselves, they were both masters at what they do. But how do we become masters, right? And so one of the things that you all had just talked about was really learning how to say no. Even though they have so many businesses, we're fooling ourselves if we think we can become a jack of all trade and a master of none. And so like that's what I'm even pulling from what you all just described as we're trying to build business. We can't put our hands in everything until we like start to really master at least what we're trying to do. Especially when you building. Y'all both OGs in this. We just starting out. We can't be like, well, I want to do this, I want to do this, we gotta learn how to say no to other things so that we can really like zone in and start
learn
to
how
master.
to say no in one gem I can't drop. Learn how to shut it off. I'm great. I got a great shut off valve. I mean, when I'm done at a certain time,
that's it.
I'm done. I literally go take a bath, give me some shorts and a t-shirt, cook me some meat. I literally when it's done, it's over. I basically already have my day plan. I got my day plan for tomorrow already. I know what I'm gonna do, how long I'm gonna do this. So as an entrepreneur and as a person that's trying to do multiple things, you have to know how to put the work in. Now, when I get up at 6, Oh, it's all 100.
Yeah. Oh, he 100.
100. I mean, I probably do more before 9 than most people do all day. I go to the gym, cook breakfast.
Yeah.
I come home, I do this. I mean, I'm doing packages, or then go cut hair, go do 20, 30 heads.
Yeah.
And then when I'm home, I do a couple things. But when it's time to sit down, it's time to sit down. And that's what, you know, with my lovely wife, she doesn't know how to sit down sometimes. Sometimes I have to make her like this.
Yeah, a little gentle nudge. Come on.
Play, you know, like, I be playing,
he plays his game.
I be playing Scrabble and Madden.
Like, he knows how to shut off, and I'm still learning that.
Yeah.
Because he be sleep for his head.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he don't play around by the 10:30-ish.
Yeah.
Over.
Yeah.
Like me, my night be start cranking up at about 10. So I'm up to like 2.
Wow.
Already done sleep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when my body ready to go to sleep at 7, 8, it's ready time to get up.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
so I'm learning that from him too.
That's
he know
good.
how to shut off. I be online with people crossing.
Hey, yeah.
Right.
At 3 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
Hey Nicole. Hey Nicole.
Right.
Everywhere. You know?
Yes. Oh my God.
And so that's how, you know, we got these nice shirts.
Yeah.
Because I'm communicating with people
and
all
stuff.
time of the
Yeah.
night. So I know that's something that I do personally have to work on is shutting off. Like finding something to take my, like his is Madden and Scrabble.
You need an
I don't really
outlet.
know what mine is.
You don't have an outlet yet.
Because
Yeah.
mine is always like, if I'm looking at clothes, that's Nicole's closet.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm looking at other things to add to the last love brand, that's still working.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I'm reading a book, it's the millionaire mindset. That's what keep my mind going.
Development,
So
yeah.
I'm still trying to like,
You're discovering,
okay, I do give myself grace. A couple days a week, I hop on TikTok.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
A little
Like,
scroll.
if you want to laugh.
Yeah, and that's how
But
that
then
shit.
I see a brand, I'm like, ooh, I like what they did there. Let me Google and see.
Because that's how your mind is wired.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
always looking at
Lord, give a rest.
Yes.
Man,
Yes.
rest in 2024.
Yes, in the name of Jesus. Chat, y'all, touch it.
Put rest in the comment.
Yeah, put rest.
Rest of Nicole.
Yes. Well, we would love for you all to leave our audience with you. You talked a little bit about date night. And in corporate America, we talk a lot about, well, any job, we talk a lot about work-life balance. Like, how do you do this? So what would you leave with our audience, maybe 1 or 2 things on how to balance your work-love balance? So we talk about work-life balance, but how do you do this work-love balance?
So my place is kind of like date night. What we're saying is, and why I think it's important because I never want to look at my wife as pretty she is. I want to look at her as just like that's just wife. That's why I don't call her my old lady. People, oh, that's my old lady. That's not my old lady. That is a beautiful young girl. Young, you know, it's not my old lady. It becomes like a piece of the furniture almost. Like that's the lamp. That's the pillow. I never want to be in my relationship and I just like she gonna be
take it for granted.
Take it for granted. You know? Nah, I always just want to keep it exciting. Keep it like separate because I know by us we work together twice a week.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like we work together, we home at a decent time together.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, you know, we see each other so much, but I never want to take that and be like, you know, she's just a part of. Or no, I don't want it. So that's kind of why, you know, you take that time to do date night. You take that time to do things like send, you know, like I sent her some flowers the other day just to say, you know, she was, you know, it was a hard week for us, you know, because we both lost a friend, but that's been her friend for almost 20-something years. But by me don't want to look over that, oh, she'll be all right. No, she won't be all right. You know, you know, she gonna make it, but she's not all right now. So won't you take time and treat her like, you know what? That's what I do. I say, I'm going to treat my wife like if she met a new guy and he was crazy about her, he'll do everything for her.
That's good.
So you ain't going to have to do me.
Yeah.
I'm going to fill your car. I'm going to wash your car.
Hey.
I'm going to what you want to eat. I'm going to date you because if another guy moves into the picture, he going to do all that stuff that I wouldn't do or I done got so comfortable with you. Now, you know, the girl, you know, lady need gas in the car. I'm sitting there on the sofa eating, can't go put, you know, so that's why I'm gonna give you as a man. I'm gonna give you 100% because it's never will be like I just slacked off and just kind of like, oh, you all right? You can put gas in your own car.
Yeah.
So you started out doing it, why you stopping now? Now somebody else gonna do it. Now you looking crazy.
Right, that's good. Y'all taking notes. Taking notes. Continue to date her.
Date because we all know we married nice looking women. We married women. Somebody else thinks you look good too.
Watch out now.
So slack off.
If you want to.
Somebody else gonna you look good.
If you want to.
You know, and that goes for either. That goes for either vice versa.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I heard you saying like sending her flowers and stuff. And I also heard you saying gifts. Is that one of your love languages?
Right. So
that's also, I'm calling that up because that's intention. He's not just dating and like trying to do all these things. There's intention there because he knows his wife and that's her love language and that's what he's pouring into her.
Yeah.
So
right. So I said acts of service. Right. So acts of service, that's doing things for your mate. So when you do things for me, now that frees up time.
Yes.
Right. So if you pick my son up, you take him to practice, you putting gas in my car, you washing my car, you cooking dinner. Now that frees up time because that's what we want is time.
And mind space too. Now I can be available to you and be all. But if I still got all these things on my list and my plate and you like rolling over, let me give me some. I'm still like, think about all the things I gotta do.
And then even when it comes to gifts, when I say gifts, I don't mean like big things. It can be like, I love hot tamales, so he'll bring me a box. That means you thought enough of me to pick up something that I like. It ain't got to be no big bag or no big price item. It's not about the amount or the cost. It's just thought. That you put in. So his is physical touch.
Yes. Y'all see me chat.
But acts of service too. Like that's his too. So
okay.
And it's a day-to-day process. Like again, for me, learning how to shut off so that way I can be available to you. Versus if my mind going, it's hard to shift. And become that physical touch. You know what I mean? If I'm not shutting my mind off. So I know that's something that I know I continue to work on.
She works on that. And the thing about it too, like I say, she works on that area, but then another area that's not no issue at all is I come home, got shoes, and that's something I never experienced before. The only time I get gifts is when it's like, birthday or something like that. But it's basically, you go to the mall, supposed to get you something where you talking about you found something for me. So literally like I shoes come through the mail. I got these for you. If I see, so I can watch TV right now. Like, I got that shirt you got on. Now she's not gonna be the one. Hey, honey, I'll get it for you. But she's gonna research it, and it'll be an hour like, wow, you really.
Right.
So that's one that I can say that's 100% like why I go hard for her. Because there's areas that she might not say it. Now she ain't gonna tell you what she gonna do. It just she gonna do it. And gonna keep her low key. It's not like, hey honey, I'll get those shoes for you. You don't have to worry about that. Put them on Facebook. See what I bought mine? No. Cause that's why I say I really love me in private and love me on Facebook.
Come on.
But sometimes people love each other on Facebook. For one, you know how much it'll take 1 second to take a picture. So I'm gonna show you 1 second of my love, and we arguing right after this picture.
Come on.
Now love me in real life.
Come on.
That's another episode.
Bring up back. See, we talking about love me for real. Don't love me for the gram.
Yes.
Don't love me for the gram.
Yes. That's actually biblical too, because the scripture says like what you do in private, he will reward in public. So that's. I think we should end on that note. That's like a drop the mic. That's like a drop the mic right there. No, but
just go ahead and share your Instagram, your
all
social
the
media,
things. So
everything y'all do. Last love, and then y'all other businesses. Y'all
we have Nicole's Closet, right? Nicole'sCloset.com. That's NECOLES closet.com. That's for the boutique.
And that's for women apparel?
Right.
Okay.
Right. Right now it's jewelry and accessories. Okay. So I'm still tweaking and moving some things along with Nicole's Closet. So y'all just stay tuned. But Nicole'sCloset.com, we have LastLove.VIP. Everybody's a VIP when it comes to Last Love.
Let's go. Put up your L's. Throw your L's in the comments.
Yeah, throw your L's in the comments. Last Love,
and it's lastlove.vip.
Yeah.
Lastlove.vip for your amazing fragrance.
It smells amazing. It looks amazing.
It really does. It really does.
Okay.
Man, listen.
Believe the hype.
Believe no cap, like they say.
And it smells good because, and people don't buy it just because that's my friend, I'm just support. Now they be like, hey bro, I'm getting low. Right?
Yeah. Yes, and it's you said it's an oil based fragrance.
100% oil.
So it stays a lot longer. It smells so
lasts longer.
The last love is the love that lasts forever.
Come on. Yeah. Right? But they have the clothing line. We have on the t-shirts. They have on the hoodies. But Necole also mentioned jewelry as well. So this is a last love little thing here. I love it. I get compliments on it all the time.
I tried to get some beer, but it was out there.
Yeah, so there's also
I'll be a little patchy. I need some help.
But tell them real quick about what's available for the men. Last Love.
The Last Love. Well, we got the beard oils for the men. We got lotion that I need to use more of.
The scrub and the lotion.
Yeah, and actual
The body cream.
You know, like the body oil itself. So
I need to get off.
That's why it's a lifestyle brand because there's so much.
OG Walker brand.
You can find my products at www.ogwalker.com. Look at me at Instagram for amazing haircuts. I'm at OG Walker. You can find me on books if you want to book one of those good haircuts. Treat yourself sometimes. You gotta treat yourself. So you gotta come get that OG special. I'm expensive, but it's gonna be worth it.
It's about the experience.
So I'm on Booksy on at OG Walker, and we got Facebook is Jermaine Walker, and you know that's just a lot of my what I be eating and acting up. I cut up too on Instagram, TikTok. I be
little entertainment too.
Because it's life and it's lovely, so I'm enjoying every second of it.
Yeah.
That's how you can find me as well.
That's what's up. Did we cover everything?
I'm gonna get me a unit, y'all. I gotta get a unit. Oh no! I turned 40. I turned 40 in February, so
no, we're gonna support all the other businesses, but I don't know if we can do that one. I don't know if we can do that one. Well, thank y'all so much again for blessing us with your. They are busy and booked, and they took time out to be with us. Thank y'all so much. I know y'all gonna have other things coming out. I know you said something about events and stuff like that. So make sure you follow them on all the platforms. Check out all of their products. They're amazing people, as you can see. And all the gems that they drop just on building their love and their legacy journey. I mean, just thank you. We're so grateful. We're so grateful. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Well, if you enjoyed this episode, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. If you think that there's other couples who could find value in learning from how the Walkers have built their love and legacy, make sure you share it with them as well. And until next time, we are Love and Legacy. Put your ears up, put your ears up, put your ears up, put your ears up.
Peace.